So, TrackMan terminology, smash factor, what is it? Simply speaking, it's ball speed divided by club speed. So it's essentially an efficiency ratio of energy transfer, club head speed to ball speed. But there are a few factors that affect it that we're going to go through now as well. So what are the factors that affect smash? Now, strike's one of them, we'll come on to that in a moment, but loft is a really critical factor in it. Why is that? Well, the more loft you have, the more energy is going up rather than forward. The less loft you have, the more forward the ball comes off the face. So essentially, you're losing less energy in upward motion by having less loft. So I'm going to display that with 5-iron and a 9-iron. Now, neither of these clubs have any tech in whatsoever. So there is nothing about these two club heads other than the loft. Length of shaft you might factor in, but really the loft is going to be the key dictator as to why the 5-iron is going to have a higher smash factor than the 9-iron. So you're going to start off hitting the 9-iron. This 9-iron's got 40 degrees of loft. So what would we expect from it? Well, I probably hope to see around a 1.3, 1.27 efficiency. So what it actually means is when we're talking about smashes 1.5, 1.4, the ball speed is 1.4 times the club speed, or 1.27 times the club speed, or with a driver 1.5 times the club speed. So if I've got a club speed of 100 miles an hour and my smash factor is 1.27 with a 9-iron, then the ball speed is 127 miles an hour. If it's 1.5 with the driver at 100 miles an hour, it's 150 miles an hour. So that is exactly what it means. It is as simple as that. But it does tell us what's going on a little bit with strike and a little bit with how efficiently you're transferring energy through to the golf ball. So take my 9-iron here, loft of 40 degrees. A little bit clean there, but we're expecting to see smash factor, not a great strike, 1.21. If I get that a little bit more centered, a much better strike, balanced swing. So looking at 112 ball speed, 83.5 club speed, 1.34, actually quite an efficient contact for a 9-iron. So how does that translate to the 5-iron? Now we're taking loft down from 40 degrees to 25, 26 degrees. So a lot less loft on it, 15, 16 degrees less loft. Now club speed's going to go up, but smash is a relevant number no matter what the club speed is. It's still just an energy ratio, a speed ratio of ball to club. So it has a relevance no matter what club speed you are. There are certain optimal numbers that we're trying to hit, but it doesn't matter what your club speed is, that's still a relevant number for you. Unlike some other aspects, spin rate varies with club speed, but smash factor doesn't have to at all. So taking the loft right down, 5-iron here, let's say 25, 26 degrees. Solid strike there. So 132 ball speed, 91 club speed, 1.45. So both well struck shots. We're going from 130, 131 with a 9-iron, 145 with the 5-iron. So as loft goes down, the forward energy goes up, the ball speed goes up, the smash goes up. So seeing as we're talking about smash factor, always a critical part of fittings to know how well someone's getting on with the clubs. So check out our latest fitting here with Ben and see how you like it. So the next bit that might seem really obvious to talk about is strike. Now strike point for smash factor is really important because obviously the stability of the head at impact and the energy transfer is hugely affected by strike. So I've preloaded some shots onto this because you don't want to watch me miss hitting shots and trying to find the right kind of ratios. But we've got on the screen here, as you'll see, we've got the strike location shown to replicate or to explain what we're then seeing in the data. So this one, a middle hit, 150 smash factor, 0 offset on height and horizontal measure, perfect strike, 150 efficiency. Now, if we miss hit, and I've got a batch of 4 shots that were miss hit here, you can see by the shadows on the club head, those sort of spots are where the strike points are. And on average, that efficiency has gone down by a whole 0.1. So essentially at 100 miles an hour, we've lost 10 miles an hour ball speed. So as you can see, the average path and face to path is very square. So there's no kind of really funky face rotations going on. But if we dig into each of those strikes, what we can see is, going right out on the toe, quite an extreme one. We've dropped down to 1.37. So really big drop off there. Go a little bit less toe side, 145. So moving sort of 17 mils offline, you only lose 5 odd miles an hour ball speed. If you take that strike point twice as far out, you're right out on the toe, then it really comes down. More than a double up in loss of ball speed. Equally speaking, little high, little heel, 0.07 loss, so about 7 miles an hour lost at 100 miles an hour ball speed. If we take that right out onto the heel, so pretty ropey strike there. Again, 35 mil to replicate the toe side. Again, we've got a down to 1.37 as an efficiency loss. So contact point has a really major effect, particularly when we're looking at the driver, but across all clubs has a really major effect on smash factor. So a lot of what you're seeing in the face to path number there, the other effect is how it destabilizes the head through impact. So right out on the heel, part of that face to path number is because it's struck right on the inside of the face, that twists the head round. So it really causes a lot of gearing and a lot of offline twisting of the club head. Equally speaking, out on the toe, what happens is that gears that, or doesn't gear it open, it kicks it open because of the weight of the ball. 5 degrees open on the toe. A little less of an impact than the heel side, which is why a toe strike's a little bit less of a bad thing. But go back to the middle strike, 150 efficiency, maximum energy transfer, strike point, hugely important. So the other parameter that affects smash factor is face angle through the ball, whether you're open club face or closed club face. So the kind of elements to this are, an open club face, basically it actually adds a little bit of loft, and the closed club face turns loft down. So as we saw earlier, higher loft comes out with a lower smash, lower loft comes up with a higher smash. The other element to this is that an open club face, the ball sort of slips off the face, and actually you lose a bit of that forward momentum because essentially it's a bit of a glancing blow. Whereas a closed club face, it actually comes out flatter and more forwards. It's a stronger impact position, so naturally produces a bit more ball speed. So I'm going to display that by trying to keep path as neutral as possible, but just leaving the face open, or setting up with the face open, setting up with the face closed, just seeing how much it changes the smash factor by. So just going to hold that face just a little bit open. This isn't going to be extreme, but based on a 6-iron swing. So hopefully club path nice and neutral, a little bit inter out, but face to path 5 degrees open. Smash factor 1.35. So this is really about the face to path number, because path, if the face to path is 0, it's absolutely square to path. So 5 degrees open, which creates a left to right for a right hand, a left to right shot shape, and down at 1.35. Now, if I do the exact opposite, I'll set up, face a little bit closed, a couple of degrees closed. Try and put just another neutral swing line on it. So, looking at a smash factor, face to path 4 degrees closed. Now, pretty much exact opposite and equal, so slightly less closed than open, 1.44. So we can see a 0.09 smash factor variation between a 5 degrees open face and a 4 degrees closed face. So yes, 9 degrees quite a lot. However, 4 or 5 degrees open or closed is an area where a lot of golfers live. Now, what we can see there is if you're opening the club face through the ball, you're losing ball speed. It's floating it up, you produce more spin, it's a slightly weaker flight, but it's also a weaker ball speed. If you're getting that face closed down, you're maximizing your ball speed output. Now, you can also close it to the detriment of trajectory. So this isn't a case of shut the face at all costs, but if you're inefficient through the ball, chances are part of that is face being open, could be strike point, but both factors and loft, all those 3 factors go into making that smash factor as efficient relative to the club and relative to the loft, as efficient as you can through the ball. So those are the 3 biggest key factors that we look for from a fitting point of view. Now, it goes without saying that there are technique-based elements that are going to have an impact on smash factor as well. And I hear the cries of dynamic loft coming in as well. That plays into the same factor from an efficiency point of view as the loft of the club, but I wanted to focus on the things that in the fitting that we can affect rather than something that a coach would work on with you. So yes, there are going to be, the caveat is going to be, there are going to be a few other elements that from a swing technique and style point of view that will have an impact, but these are focusing on what we can change from a club fitting standpoint. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If there are any other factors, whether it's on a GC cord or a TrackMan from a fitting point of view and a club data point of view that you'd like us to cover and go over in these explainer videos, please stick it in the comments, let us know, and we'll do our best to cover them in as much detail and as soon as possible. So hope you've liked it. If you have, please subscribe, hit the like button, and go check out all the rest of the content on the YouTube channel, and I hope it helps you understand your game that little bit better.